Okay, so commas. Let's go through. This is kind of testing when we need commas before the word and. And when we're separating two things, when we put commas before the word and, it's if you have an independent clause in front and then, like, so in an independent clause here, right? So this and in front turns this whole thing into a dependent clause, but if I want to know if I can should put a comma before the word and, I ask myself if this, what's after the and, would stand on its own as a sentence. If it doesn't, I'm not going to put a comma in front of it, right, when it's separating two clauses, right? So, we have, so if we look at all these answer choices, A, B, C, and D, we have contrary to the team doctor's advice, comma, right? And this is a dependent clause in the beginning with a comma, so let's remember we can always just make things easier if we shorten sentences, right? Like there's no difference between these answer choices with this, and I know this comma is going to comma off this dependent clause, so I'm not even going to really pay attention to it. I'm just going to cross it off because it's going to make it easier to figure out where else I need commas in this sentence, right? So answer choice A is Martin dressed for the game and played most of the second half. So let's check if I would need a comma after this, right? So if you look at answer choice B, it has the comma and A does not, right? So let's ask ourselves, is played most of the second half? Is that an independent clause or a sentence? It is not, so B is wrong. And A sounds really good at this point, right? C is Martin dressed for the game, semicolon, and. Remember, semicolons separate two independent clauses, super important. And we know that and he played most of the game is not an independent, right? An independent clause. D is Martin dressed for the game and he played most of the second half. So this one, he played most of the second half, right? This one, now that I have the word he, this is an independent clause, and this would be one where I would need a comma, but there is not one there. So D is wrong, and we're left with answer choice A.